Good Erev Shabbos, Parshas Chaye Sarah. So the first pasuk in Parshas Chaye Sarah, Vayu Chaye Sarah mea shana ve'esrim shana ve'sheva shanim shnei Chaye Sarah. Now the obvious question that all the Mefarshim bring and Rashi brings and everybody says is, okay, why does it say Vayu Chaye Sarah mea shana ve'esrim shana ve'sheva shanim? Why just not say shanim at the end? Why didn't you say shana after every single one? And Rashi famously answers, because the point is that it comes to show that it shows the first 100 years of Sarah's life, the mea shana, were just as clean as her esrim shana, as the first 20 years of life, which were free of sin because of the fact that you don't start being judged then. And the point is that her entire life was free of sin. We know that's the famous classic answer. But now, the further question that I want to ask, and then, I was always curious and fascinating, is what was it specifically? It doesn't really mention specifically. We know that Sarah had obviously many beautiful traits that we see, but what was it specifically? What are some of the things that really stand out about her? And the Zohar Kodesh brings a Tosefta, which blew my mind. Mamish blew my mind, and I think we can learn a tremendous amount of Musar Haskell in here and just see again how Hashem uses the words of the Holy Torah to teach us how to live our lives. So it says in the Tosefta that the Reish Mesivta, the Rosh Hashiva of the Shiva Shamayla in Gan Eden, said, Man de ihu zer, ihu rav. Man de rav, ihu zer. What does that mean? One who is zer, one who is small, ihu rav, he is big. Man de ihu rav, ihu zer. One who is big, he is small. What on earth does that mean? Great question. So the way he's saying it is saying that someone who is maked in himself in this world, in Olam Hazeh, someone who humbles himself and makes himself low in this world, is going to be Rav, is going to be great in the next world. And the flip side, someone who makes himself great and high in this world and arrogant in this world and makes himself, out to be the man here, he's going to be nothing in the next world. And what's the proof for that? The Zohar Kodesh brings something mamish unbelievable from this week's parsha. And he says, how do we know this? Vayu Chaye Sarah, this pasuk. Mea shana ve'esrim shana ve'sheva shanim. If you look at the pasuk, it says after the word mea shana, right? What is mea? Mea is 100. Mea is a big number. Mea is objectively, especially in this pasuk, mea is the biggest number here. And mea is triple digits, is a big number. But what does it say? Then it goes from this mea to shana, which is a singular. Shana is a year, it's singular. Then it continues, V'esrim shana, v'sheva shanim. And the last number in this pasuk, which is the smallest number, sheva, which is 7, shanim. The word is shanim, it's plural, right after shanim. So after mea, it's shana. After sheva, it's shanim. What's that coming to show? What we just said. That mea shana, that when someone is so great and so big, you make yourself mea in this world, you want to be 100 in this world, you're going to be shana in the next world. You're going to be nothing in the next world. You're going to be 1. That's it. You're going to go all the way down. But if you're going to be Sheva in this world, you're going to be the low in this world, you're going to be maktin yourself in this world, we'll explain what that means in a second, then you're going to be shanim in the next world. You're going to be great in Olam Haba. So what is this concept, again, of being maktin in themselves? And you see these beautiful words, how the Zohar brings this out. But if you look at Avram and Sarah's life, and I think the defining midah, that what made them literally the parents of the entire Jewish nation, is just their concept of humility, tznius, and betelus. That's the idea. Batless to Hashem, batless to other people, right? They literally stopped kind of living their own lives in a way. They just kind of did everything for everybody else. From literally the moment that both Avram and Sarah, right? We give a lot of credit to Avram, but Sarah too, right? When Kodesh Baruch Hu told Avram, hey, leave here and come here and, start your life over here without any real, I'm not giving you anything, just start walking and you'll find it. Sarah came with him. Right? Both of them together, that was their life. They were just bottled themselves to Hashem. They made themselves so low. And you see progressively, and then even then again, in the beginning of last week's Parsha, when you see the people walking in the desert, Avram is in so much pain, he just throws everything to the side and just runs over to them. He makes himself so low, right? And even when he brings them inside and he brings them home, and we know that the pasuk emphasizes that Sarah kind of stayed in the kitchen out of sight. She was being very tznius. She was hiding away. She didn't want any recognition. She didn't want the hawk. She didn't want, we all know, when people are coming over, you want to know, the mothers like it when people tell them, oh, your food is so good, it's nice, they'll come out of the kitchen for a bit. Sarah didn't even want any of that. She didn't even think about it, right? And the idea was that they were just mocked in themselves. They literally, and what's so interesting too is, again, as you see as the psukim go through, and if you actually look in Rashi and keep on watching, literally there was so much respect for Avram in this generation. It's actually crazy. It seems like, I've always been fascinated by this, that in the pshat, it kind of just seems like Avram just did his thing and whatever, but you see the amount of kiddush Hashem he made, that Avram was respected as literally like a king. He was a king, like they call it, he was a king. He was referred to as a king many times. And yet, this is how he lived his life. And, for example, and this midah, again, of Sarah, and even after her death, and this we see in this week's Parsha at the beginning, and it's just such tremendous Musar Haskell. But you see at the beginning that Avram and Ephron start going at it. That Ephron comes up to him and says, I want to give you the field free. It says, you're king. And literally says that everybody in the town everyone started becoming respected because everybody knew that Avram, the king, wanted Ephron's field. So Ephron all of a sudden became like this, respected dude. Everyone's like, giving it to you for Abbas says, I will not take it for free, and absolutely refuse to take it for free. Okay, maybe some people don't see this as a chiddush. I can tell you firsthand, this is a tremendous chiddush. I'll tell you why, because I see this all the time in my own personal life. Again, I deal with many people like this who are the opposite of what Avram and Sarah, who make themselves big in this world, athletes, celebrities, these very wealthy people. And I'm telling you, it's the most. The reason I'm thinking about this is I just saw this yesterday. It was crazy. What gets me so frustrated is when these people, for some reason, they have millions and millions of dollars, they have everything, and yet all they want is free stuff. Like I'm telling you, it's a real thing. They want free stuff. When you'll send them a sample of something because you want like poster or something like that, or advertise it, and they'll just take it and they'll ask you for more, and they will never do anything with it because they want free. Then all of a sudden you say, "Oh, by the way, I've sent you enough free samples. Can you buy one?" Like, no, I want free. And then a lot of times they'll go over the people who will give them free stuff. Why is that? It's not because they can't afford it. It's because that it makes them feel big. When you accept a gift from somebody free, when you feel that somebody wants to give you, it makes you feel big. And that's over here. You see Avram, how it's such a chiddush, how he absolutely refused. They literally offered. He's a king. They said, "King, please take the field." King's like, "Nah, I'm paying you for it. I'm not going to make myself feel like this." It's just a tremendous thing. And then again, how do we bring this concept practically also to our lives? We also see in the pasuk, "Vayu chaye Sarah." This was the life of Sarah, right? And what is Chaim? Chaye Sarah. Chaim is Torah. We know that the Gemara in Tanya says it's Chaim. Chaim is Torah. That's what the Torah is Chaim. And so ultimately, how does a person acquire this life that we're talking about? And also in the pasuk is worthy to know that it says in the beginning, it says Vayu chaye Sarah. Right at the end it says V'sheva shneim shnei chaye Sarah. Right? Say Chaye Sarah twice. I didn't see this, but you see this many times that in the Torah where you see like Chaim twice or multiple times, the pasuk is referring to Chaye Olam Hazeh and then Chaye Olam Haba. And so how does a person be zoche to the Chaye Sarah, so the Chaye Olam Hazeh, then the Chaye Sarah? At the end of the pasuk, the Chaye Olam Haba, through a life of Chaim. What's a life of Chaim? A Chaim is a life of Torah. The only way to be Mekayim Torah, the only way to be Makabel Torah, the only way to live a life of Torah is by being batal yourself. This is what the Sfarim tell us. It's impossible. If it's all you, there's no room for God. You have to make room for Hashem, like Avram Avinu. That's how Avram Avinu and Sarah were Merkava for Hashem, because they said, "Listen, enough of me. I want more for you." If a person walks around and you think that you know the Torah, you try to downgrade everybody, you try to judge everybody, and try to tell everybody that you try to sound stark and use all the yeshivish terms to try to make yourself feel big about yourself. That's not going to help you acquire Torah. It's going to do the opposite. All you're doing is you're just lifting yourself up. You're just lifting yourself up, and you're not going to be able to be Mekabel Torah. And we have to learn from the words that Hashem tells. Hashem says, "You want the Chaim, you want Chaye Sarah, you want the Chaim, do this." Learn Al Pi the Zohar Kodesh, how to acquire Torah. Shkoyach, guys, have a beautiful Shabbos, and Bez Hashem, we should be Zocher to see many miles.